Here at home, shocking new allegations against several men with ties to the Detroit Tigers franchise. Among the accused, former players, broadcasters, and high-ranking employees. A lot going on tonight, and that's one of the big stories we're following right now.
Yeah, so we have the allegations, and these allegations include misconduct with women, ranging from offensive comments to physical contact. Fox 2's Scott Wolchek, he joins us live with the latest on this. Scott, you've been following this all day. What have you learned since we last saw you at noon?
Hey, Brandon. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. So in total, 8 men are accused. And as you guys said, this ranges from VPs over at Ilitch Sports and Entertainment to guys who were former players who turned broadcasters. And I want to stress this. These are allegations. It all came out from an investigation by The Athletic. Now, 7 out of 8 of these guys are accused of some type of sexual harassment. The 8th guy, he's accused of basically disrespectful comments. But this all really unfolded when The Athletic started digging into why former assistant general manager Sam Mezen resigned a few months ago. Well, they found, and once again, these are allegations, that after an internal investigation, Mezen sent lewd photos to women who worked for the team. After that, you kind of started to see a lot of other people who are in the organization either resign, get fired, or not get their contracts renewed. So some of the other allegations, right, include shoving women and getting physical, saying inappropriate comments like about looks and, hey, you know, you're not hot enough to make it in sports, those types of things. Now, I did speak with our own sports reporter, Jen Hammond, about these allegations. Here's what she had to say.
Tigers have acted swiftly. Whether or not they did it with a ton of transparency remains to be seen. I would like to see something from Chris Ilitch. You know, ultimately his name is on the door, and he needs to be held accountable and speak to what the climate is in his organization. But I do know that Ryan Gustafson, who's been with the organization since 2022, and he's in charge of everything, COO, he runs the whole ship. For him, this is a dark day. You know, this is a tough thing that's happened under his watch, and he wants to make sure that they eradicate it and that everybody who was involved is investigated thoroughly, treated fairly, and punished or either cleared. And it's important to have someone like that in a leadership role.
Absolutely. And right now you are looking at a statement from Olympia Entertainment. That's one of the Ilitch holdings. And basically they're saying that they are taking these allegations extremely seriously. They're doing a whole lot. Like I said, 6 of these people have been either resigned or fired, 7th one suspended, and then there is that 8th man who is accused of harassment that wasn't of a sexual nature. So for now, I'll keep you updated with the very latest. Reporting live downtown Detroit, Scott Wolchek, Fox 2. Brandon, back to you.
Yeah, look, Scott, we've heard about these kind of allegations in other pro sports teams and other franchises all across the major pro sports leagues. Look, you mentioned 8 people, but only one of them is not charged with sexual harassment. What do we know about that person right now?
Well, none of them are actually charged with this crime. You know, some of them are facing some types of charges in specific scenarios. But this 8th guy, Olympia Entertainment even sent out a thing saying that, you know, they are calling out The Athletic, saying that it's unfair to group him with these 7 other men who are accused of a sexual misconduct, because his thing was just harassment, and they looked into that and found that there was no wrongdoing. So definitely something where they're on it, they're looking into it, and this has nothing to do with players or coaches, anything like that.